Have you seen these headlines popping up on your feed? I saw one on Facebook that said Naples leads the nation in home price declines. And then I saw a Naples Daily News headline that said, Southwest Florida is in a polar plunge. And if you saw that and read it and thought, oh no, I get it. But here's the thing with headlines nowadays. They are written to get a reaction from you. And sometimes they don't even have anything to do with the context of the story. And before we go any further, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into what's going on here in Naples, Florida. In one area of Naples, prices went up over 11% this January from last January. And when you see headlines like I mentioned, they are going for the negative. And if you think something shocking happened, you're going to click on that article and read it. And my job, well, that's to bring context to the story. So let's take a breath and take a look at what the data actually says. Hey, my name is Laurie Rose. Welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. In this video today, I'm going to break down the January 2026 Naples market data and what it really means without the drama. And one quick note about the Naples real estate market. I'm getting my statistics from our local MLS, and it includes all of Collier County except for Marco Island. And one last thing, when it comes to those scary sounding headlines, they are coming from a national cooling market story. And those are from big trend picture pieces. And today we're going to keep it local. So let's take that polar plunge headline and let's test it against three statistics. Let's look at buyer activity, prices, and inventory. First off, if we were in an actual polar plunge, all the buyers would be gone. But that's not the case. Pending sales, meaning homes that have gone under contract in January, were up 40.3%. There was 1,065 pending sales this year versus 759 last year. That's not the market freezing over. That's buyers coming here and writing up contracts. And closed sales were practically the same this year as last year. We're talking 564 this year versus 561 last year. So I don't see that as a market stopping. I just see it as moving along. And here's the key. Buyers are active, they're just being a little picky. Competitive pricing, that's what's driving our market. We had 2,053 price decreases, and we only had 1,906 new properties come on the market. Buyers, they're just not throwing money at everything anymore. They're negotiating, they're comparing neighborhoods, and they're walking away from overpriced listings. And Naples is still Naples. People want the lifestyle that they find here. So our demand stays strong. And that's what I'm seeing here in real time. We've got buyers that are interested, they're asking tougher questions, and they are negotiating a little bit harder, especially if they feel a property is overpriced. I'm curious about your area. Are you seeing more price cuts or more houses going under contract? Leave a comment and let me know. Next, the polar plunge headline makes you feel like prices have fallen off a cliff. Well, they haven't. The median home price for a sold home here in Naples, Florida in January was $627,500. That's only a 4.1% drop from January of last year. It's not a huge number. So here's where the headlines get a little sneaky. They say prices are down like it's one big uniform event. So the median price is just the midpoint of where everything has sold. And if you take a look at that number, it can fluctuate depending on if we sold more low-end condos or if we sold more high-end luxury homes. And when you break down the numbers, well, you can see that that headline is really oversimplified. So let's break down those numbers between single-family homes and condos. In January, single-family home prices were up 1.6%. Not down, up. And the median price for a single-family home here in Naples, $812,000. So let's look at condos. Condos, on the other hand, were down 3.4%, with the average price being $450,000. So when you see the prices are down headlines, well, they're not completely wrong, but they're not giving you the complete picture. And what's really happening here in Naples is the market is moving in different directions depending on property type and also price point. So instead of asking what's going on with prices, are they going up or down, you really want to ask what's going on in your area or your neighborhood, what's going on with your type of property, whether you live in a condo or a home, and what's going on in your price point. Just like the market can be different in property types, Naples is made up of a lot of micro markets. Each area, zip code, and community can be drastically different. Remember that up over 11% number that I mentioned? Here's exactly where that's happening. In the area that we would consider central Naples, and those are zip codes 34104, 105, and 116, that's where we saw an 11% increase. In fact, it's 11.4%. The median home price in that area was $715,000. So if you're interested in what's going on in the beachfront areas, and that's zip codes 34102, 103, and 108, well, prices went up 5.8% there. And the median price along the beach, well, it's $2,645,000. And here is another number that definitely doesn't fit the Naples polar plunge narrative. Condominiums over $5 million sold faster than any other property type here in Naples, Florida. Days on the market fell 30.9% from 159 days to 105 days. So some markets are moving slower, some are staying strong, and some are actually thriving. And that's the thing about Naples. It's not just one market. It's a collection of micro markets, and they can all move differently. And now let's talk about inventory, because that's what puts pressure on our prices. If we were really in this polar plunge, then you would expect to see our inventory skyrocketing. But it's not, it's actually down. January ended with 6,328 homes on the market, and that's down 10.6% compared to last year. So we don't have a massive amount of listings hitting the market. So here's where it gets interesting. We do have 9.2 months of inventory, and that does sound like a lot, but it's not only based on inventory coming to the market, it's also based on how long it takes to sell a house. So even though our market isn't being inundated with new listings, it is taking a little bit longer for homes to sell. You're going to hear that it's a buyer's market right now, and in some places that's true. But here in Naples, it's not that simple. It's more like buyers have more leverage right now, but sellers have leverage too because inventory is not surging. So right now, the Naples market is described as a balanced market. We don't have that chaotic, everything is selling in 5 minutes market, but we also don't have a market that's falling apart either. And you can see that with the pace of what's selling. Our days on the market went from 92 days to 97 days. That's only 5 days. So the market isn't suddenly slowing down. It's just becoming price sensitive. So a higher priced home may sit a little bit longer than a right priced home. So what does this all mean if you're buying or selling here in Naples, Florida? If you're a buyer, well, you have more leverage than you did in the past few years. You can negotiate credits and repairs, price adjustments, especially if the house has been sitting on the market a while. And if you're a seller, well, be realistic with your pricing. You can't price your house like it's 2022. If it feels overpriced, buyers are just gonna move on. But if it's priced right, well, there's a chance they're gonna write a contract. And that's why I'm not feeling this whole polar plunge storyline. What I am seeing is that pending sales are up, prices are mixed, and it depends on property type and location. And inventory is down compared to last year. And the market, well, it's acting normal. It's balanced. Buyers have the time to take a look around, see what's there, and negotiate. So with all the data I've given you today, do you think the headlines are still true? Are we in a polar plunge? Are we headed for disaster? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one about real estate, whether it's in Naples, Florida or Florida in general. Until next time, my name is Laurie Rose. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.